Prue Blanhassett here, leading intuitive business strategist and women's transformation catalyst. Super excited to be here with you today. I am crafting at the moment some incredible events for you that will be taking place over the next couple of months. There's something coming up next week that I'm going to post about a little later on today or tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. It's all about how to reverse engineer and plan for your sacred success in 2021. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be super exciting, really interactive workshop that will be taking place next week. If you definitely want to get the information about that free workshop taking place next week about reverse engineering for your success, sacred success next year, then drop your name in the comments or sacred success or something, and I'll make sure that I get the details directly through to you so you don't miss it at all. So today I really wanted to have a chat about power, this sense of power, and this has been something that's been kind of coming around in my field, and I've been wanting to drop in and talk about this for the last week, and I'm just getting an opportunity today. So power kind of has this or can for a lot of us have this kind of negative connotation, right? Because the way that power has been expressed in our world for such a long time has really been coming from this sense of aggression and intimidation and things like that. I've been reading a book at the moment called Cassandra Speaks by Elizabeth Lesser, and this is an incredible novel. I say read, but I'm actually listening to it on Audible. It's only 6 hours long, so I highly recommend anyone who is on Audible or otherwise to sign up. You get the first one free, I think, to look up Cassandra Speaks by Elizabeth Lesser. And if you want me to pop the link in the comments, just let me know and I'll drop it in there later. So this book is all about reflecting on the narrative that has been provided within society for the last 2,000 years kind of thing, and what is shared in that is really around how the narrative has been provided by stories and storytelling that has come through the minds, the hearts, and the mouths or pens of men. So, if you look at, the number of playwrights or the number of top 100 books, things like that, they're like 95% or even higher probably stories told by men. So what this means is that what has been, how the cultural narrative has been created and developed through, both consciously and also at a subtle level through osmosis, has been through this sense of what matters to men, how they feel and how they perceive the world. And that's not to say that that is in any way wrong. It's just about the imbalance that's taken place. And I'm sure that, I know from myself, I can definitely resonate with having erred on the side of the masculine, and I know that a lot of my clients have either kind of felt repelled from the feminine or have erred on the side of the masculine, and there's no wonder given this cultural narrative that has been going on for such a long time. So something that I've noticed around as I've been kind of sitting with this over the last little while is this sense of power over versus power with. So this is a really crucial distinction for me and something that I'm very, very conscious of, because when we begin to feel empowered, we have an option, right, to either have power with others, and to me it's kind of this distinction between the immature masculine and the mature feminine, or immature masculine and feminine and mature masculine and feminine. So the power with is really about, you know, us lifting each other up. It's about collaboration. It's about compassion. You know, it's about us really being in this space of being considerate and really wanting everyone to succeed. It's coming from a really inclusive place, and a place like we are all in this together. This is one of these you know, awarenesses that is kind of like a mantra that exists in the back of my experience, the back of my field constantly. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. You know, I'm a very inclusive person, and a part of my story that has kind of led to that is that I, you know, was bullied when I was a young girl, and I was about 6, and that was quite traumatic for me at the time. And through that and a number of other events that happened at the time, I really closed myself down. You know, I felt like it wasn't safe for me to feel, it wasn't safe for me to be who I was. And, you know, and the lesson and the gift from that for me in my life has been that I am all inclusive. So I never want to see anyone feeling left out or feeling like they can't do it or feeling like they're alone or anything like that. I'm very inclusive. I digress. So this sense of power with versus power over. So power over is really like this kind of hierarchical, you know, experience. Like, you know, I'm up here, or whoever's up here, and, you know, then there are people below, and this kind of thing. So the next level awareness with this power with versus power over is that power over is really indicating or reflecting this desire for external validation, right? So in order for us to desire having power over others, there's some external validation that's coming from those others being lower than us, right? Whereas when there's power with, in order to feel like we are, you know, happy to have power with and have that desire for it to be this inclusive space and have power with others and all in this together and to lift each other up, this is really coming from a place of feeling internally validated. So we get our validation from inside of us. And then because we are enough, we feel enough, we are valuable, we feel valuable, we are then able to come from this place of, I'm already enough, I don't need to yield power over anyone else. I can be here and others can rise. We can all rise together, or, you know, in different ways, and that's all good. You know, that's okay. That's magnificent. Let's all rise. Why not? So let me know if this is resonating with you. I'd love to hear what your kind of concepts around power are, and this, you know, kind of dichotomy between power over and power with. So the next kind of stage of development, or the stage of awareness around this is, right, so what is feminine power? And for me, feminine power is really this aspect of power with. You know, this is the opportunity that we have. We have this opportunity to come to a place of feeling incredibly validated from within, to desiring this space of power with. And this is really about partnership. It's about collaboration. It's about inclusiveness. It's about compassion. It's about service. It's about really all being in this together. And this is world changing, right? This sense of power changes the planet. So taking this to another level, let's look at seats of power within the world. So if we're looking at, you know, within government, if we're looking at within corporations, anything like that, what percentage of those seats of power do you think are held by women? Very, very few. Very few seats of power high up are held by women. And how difficult do you think it is to make your way as a woman through those channels to reach those seats of power? What kind of friction do you think you would experience on the way to those seats of power? A lot. So what's been kind of dropping in for me and clarifying and really feeling stronger and stronger and stronger is this sense that in order to come to a space of equalizing the level of power on the planet, the fastest, the easiest, the least friction way for us to do that as women is to create our own businesses, to rise through our own enterprises, to be the female entrepreneurs. We don't need to go through traditional systems. We create our own, right? We create our own and we circumvent the system. We circumvent and we amplify and activate so that we can do it much, much quicker. So this is something that I've been feeling into really powerfully, and this is, definitely the path that I'm on, and this is the path that all the clients that I work with are on as well. We are each in this process of lifting ourselves up, of activating our businesses, of coming to places of greater and greater power with greater and greater levels of internal validation, greater and greater levels of showing up in our communities, both offline and online, and standing up for what we really believe in. Making incredible money and then being able to invest in things that represent our values. So investing in things that are going to better the planet, that are going to lift up humanity in whatever way it is. So this is how we circumvent the system, by having our own businesses and being incredibly successful, and then using those finances to back our values and the values of the planet and the values that stand for humanity. So I'd love to hear your take on this too. I feel like I've been on a little bit of a rant. I'm feeling very passionately about this. The women that I'm working with are having incredible results. One woman I met up with last week, an incredible CEO priestess, has developed her own festival, her own event that is going to be syndicated in a number of locations, but it's really supporting the local community of creatives, of artists. It's bringing in business. It's supporting Indigenous peoples as well. It's supporting the environment. There are so many ways that women can be of service to humanity. Other women that I'm working with are, supporting people with their health, with their bodies, with their spirituality, with their consciousness, with their businesses. There are so many ways that we can work to be of service and to uplift humanity at this time. And we get to do this and we get to be of service as we are creating this wealth and ascending financially ourselves, and then having this additional income and influx of abundance and finances to be able to invest in the things that matter to us. Again, circumventing the machine, circumventing the system, redefining power. So I hope that this has been a bit of a thought starter for you. And I'd love to hear any comments that you've got. I love to support women in this way, and we are going into such a powerful time in 2021 that if you would like to have a chat about, if you're ready to kind of dive into your next level of internal validation, of redefining power for you, of ascending financially, then I really invite you to book in for a free 30-minute heart-to-heart with me. There's no pushy sales whatsoever. We sit down together and we map out a strategy for you to elevate your soul work in 2021 and what that can look like for you, literally mapping it out. You'll get all of my best insights, and if you're not interested in hearing about how I work, I will not even share that with you. So there's no pressure whatsoever. It's a deep divine service. So I'm sending you so much love, and if you'd like to, feel free, book in for that chat. It's ceopriestesschat.com. I love having these conversations, and I really look forward to serving you. Much love, beautiful women.